Jai Guruji, Shukrana to Guruji. I was just coming to a place. I parked and I got his hukam to share a satsang of how I connect to Guruji. This was meant to be shared a while back, but everything happens per Guruji's timing. So, and I know why he wanted me to share this today. So, and not, another time. So here is how I connect to Guruji, and along with other things that I'll share. I was blessed with meeting Bambi Aunty and her uncle, Seti uncle, I believe. And I didn't realize, I think at the time, because I was so, in overwhelmed by Guruji and just everything that had taken, had happened in my life, in India. But when I met met Bambi Aunty and uncle in India, I realized the souls that he made me meet after when I returned. So I just want to say my gratitude to Guruji. And there are no coincidences with the souls that Guruji, especially Sangat, that Guruji blesses you. Bambi Aunty met Guruji when he was in physical form, and he basically, why I'm sharing about Bambi Aunty is that her book describes exactly how to connect to Guruji. And I don't do anything different, because everything that Guruji himself had directed, and as we know, he didn't speak much. And so for me, it's set on stone. Whatever that he said, I follow to the dot. I do make mistakes. I do miss guidelines. I do I do go off the path. Of course I do. I'm human. Guruji knows that. Guruji accepts us as we are. And what's so beautiful with Guruji is that he's our divine teacher who teaches us so beautifully everything. The main thing with Guruji is connecting one-on-one. There is no medium. You only connect to Guruji and his blessings come. The way that, exactly he had told Bambi Aunty through an auntie in her book was, sit on a mat, and definitely sit on a mat, because you're going to have to thank the mat that you sat on. And from that, Guruji is teaching us to be thankful for everything that we, from the vehicle that you drive. It's keeping you warm during winter, or taking you to place, be grateful for it. And for everything that you use, be grateful. And I've shared this before you. I take a shower and I bow to my shower and I say thank you for letting me, shower by myself without, and so you give thanks for everything. You sit on a mat, which you'll thank later after your meditation, and you just close your eyes and you simply decor the room, simply beautifully. Sometimes I go with a mat for Guruji that is full of Swarovski diamonds, and sometimes it's just a simple red mat that I, a cushion that I put for him, and I just pat it with my hands, exactly as written in the book by Bambi Aunty. And I met these divine souls in India, and Seti uncle, and I don't think I really realized. I was so overwhelmed by his blessings in India that I didn't really realize the blessed souls that I had met there till I actually came back to Canada, and I realized who he had connected me, and there are no coincidences. And I realized the extensive of it, like that I realized how big these souls are, how much impact and significance they have on my path. And so no coincidence of who Guruji connects you with, and anything is of no coincidence. So close my eyes. I basically decorate a room for Guruji. I put sometimes red roses around him and red petals around his cushion, and sometimes it's just simple sunflower, anything that comes to your mind, anything that you like to decorate this room for Guruji. And you just simply sit and you I just ask Guruji I welcome him, I ask him to come, and once he, you can visualize and you can hear his chola rubbing against one another, and as he comes and sits in front of you and just, Shukrana Guruji, thank you for coming. And you simply talk to him about everything and anything. And I always visualize this white light that, the divine light that he had shown me. I just visualize it forming around Guruji and I, and you just can see this white light going around you, and you just share about everything and anything. And Guruji says everything and anything. And I really have come, for me, I'm not saying this is it, but for me, what I've come to realize that Guruji says, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, mango mano, like don't ask, is don't ask how the blessing should come to you. Let that be my doing. Let the process be my doing. You just talk to me about everything and anything, and I will lead the way. Don't tell me how the way should go. And but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't talk to him about things that that's in your heart, or the things that you want to do, or the things that you want to experience. Really and honestly, I really feel that when Guruji said that was also for when we go to Guruji initially, that, like, Guruji, I need a job, or if you're a true guru, then I need money, and things like that. Even though Guruji blesses those anyway, for whoever that he wants to pull into his full charan. But he said don't ask, because ultimately those are all temporary, and I ask for the real deal, which is him. So anyway, you close your eyes, you decorate this beautiful room, and you just invite him in, and you talk to him about everything and anything, and you just thank him when you're done with speaking your heart out with him. And you simply just open your eyes when you have thanked Guruji for coming and spending time with you. You thank the mat that you sat on again. Thank you for letting me sit on you and meditating. And now if you ponder over this, if you really realize why Guruji said thank your mat, he said, exact words, thank your mat so you get the full blessings, because otherwise the mat will get 50% of the blessings and you get 50. This is Guruji's way of telling you that every time you sit with Guruji, you get blessed. This is his leela. This is his, it's just the puzzle gets like, oh wow, this is what Guruji meant, that, there is a blessing in every connection, in every meditation. So that's why Guruji said, make one-on-one connection. There is no medium. There is no one in between. Go to him exactly to him for everything. And that means everything. Now, for me, it's been following everything that he had said. But what I want to say is that none of this belongs to me. So as we connect to him, as he gives us these blessings, it's very normal, and it's very humanly for the ego to go up once you receive these blessings, and once you receive his guidance, and once you hear him more clearly. But this is where you have to just remember that none of this belongs to you. None of this, it's all his grace, it's all his doing. So somebody, might eventually, as you connect to him and you meditate and you become more joyful and blissful, someone might compliment you on the way that you look and glow. And remember that none of that belongs to you. So you have to really let this ego, just because it's so simple, it's so easy to go back to our old ways. This is all for me. This is all, I'm just sharing all of this based on my own experience, that it's so it's so easy to just go back to those old egoistic days and say, you know, wow, I'm so special, or wow, I'm really doing this, or this is, maybe there's, you know, it's my power, or I'm capable of doing these things now, or you know, just all these things that wants to give you all these feelings of pride and I guess specialty, I guess, you know, that you're different, that you're on a higher level now, or any of that. You just continuously, as you keep meditating, you have to remember that none of it belongs to you, that everything belongs to His divinity. And you know, I just want to share about my experience. As somebody compliments me, and I always visualize Guruji on my right side or left side or whatever, and I just say, Guruji, this was for you. Or somebody says, you know, you're from another culture, you're so special, and it's like, you know, Guruji has blessed non-Sangat even when he was in physical form. So, you know, it's all you, Guruji. So it just goes to Him. And you have to remember that when somebody criticizes you at the same time, that doesn't come to you. You have to realize that Guruji is there now to take on that from you. So remember, when the compliment comes, you take that and you give it to Guruji. When the criticism comes, you don't have to do nothing, because you just have to follow His hukum of just saying Jai Guruji, and He takes that and He says, you know what, if somebody judges you, criticizes you, blames you, just don't react. I'll take care of it. Just say Jai Guruji. And He really has taught us that when you receive judgment or anything of that sort, that person is taking your bad karma, the negativity. And of course that, you know, the prayer should be, Guruji, bless all with wisdom. So, because I don't feel right that somebody else takes, you know, I want everybody. And again, it's all His wisdom. This is all His wisdom, that you just want everybody to be happy. You want everybody to be connected to Him. You want everybody to be of that, in that high vibration. But remembering that if you get criticized and judged or anything of that sort, He, you know, He is sending you blessings. You're basically, that person's blessings are coming your way. And I'm not saying this, you know, this is something that Guruji himself has said. When you have this drive of connecting, this not drive, this, again, it's Him. When He puts that, when He plants that love in you, that you just want to know about Guruji as much as possible, and you want to be connected to Him as much as possible, then you automatically will seek anything that is about Guruji, any book that His disciples have written, anything that, any video, any satsang on a website, or anything that is about Guruji, you want to know and you want to hear, because you know that there are certain messages there for you. So read as much as books, as many of the books that you can, and when you seek, it comes, the answers come, and it's all His doing. Don't judge anybody, especially yourself. This is something that I wanted to share. This was my learning this week. I'm really hard on myself. You know, I share satsang and I sit down and I judge myself. Did I do it good? Was it good enough, Guruji? What if someone got, you know, upset? Or not that I share anything that's, my intention is not that, but you know, I always judge myself. Not even in satsang. Like, if I'm cooking, then I judge, is the food good? If I have a get together, did people have fun? I'm continuously evaluating myself, judging myself. And this whole week, Guruji has brought me back to this. Don't judge anybody, and anybody means you as well. So don't judge yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Connect to Him, meditate to Him on your free times. 3 a.m., as Guruji has said, is the best time to meditate. With His grace, you know, I've started to again wake up in the at about 2:55. He says, wash your face, wash your mouth, just sit on a mat beside your bed and meditate. And I've been trying to get back to meditating on those hours as well, because I do know that every single thing that he has said is set on stone. There is no ifs and buts. Love yourself, love Guruji, love everyone, especially during this time that the world is, surrounded by all this, as the humans call the not so good events with the virus. Guruji himself has said that everything is my planning. Everything is my doing. This is the time to have total faith in Guruji, and this, as his disciples, this is our time to share that love to other people, to bring positivity to other people, to bring reassurance to other people, to bring his love, to share about him. Like Aunty said in New York, Satsang in New York, that Sukhmani Aunty had said to Guruji, I want to tell the world about you. And Guruji has said, not now. And like she said, this is the time to talk about your faith to as many people. Of course, he will tell you, he will guide you, connect to him, get his agya, and he will lead the way. I think I've shared about everything that Guruji had placed in my heart to share. And a lot of Sangat ask me, how do you hear Guruji? It is my experience that the more I have sat with Guruji, meditated to him, gone to his satsangs, the more I have heard him more clearly. And a lot of people ask, is it a second voice? Is it a male voice? It's not. It's, for me, it could be. I'm not saying that's not it. I don't know anything. And I know nothing. When you're in this path, you realize that you don't know anything. All I know is my own experience, and my experience has been that Guruji puts this, it's your intuitive voice, and it's like a thought that's, it's not yours. Really, words are hard to describe. It's this knowing, it's this believing, it's this energy that takes over you, and it just guides you, just all of a sudden tells you to share a satsang, and you just know this wasn't my thought, because I'm driving, I'm going somewhere, my thought wasn't even this, I wasn't even thinking about sharing satsang, but Guruji knows when it's needed, and for who, so he just directs, and you just, again, the more you connect to him one-on-one, he will bless with residing in your heart, because that's where he is in all of his sangats and everyone, really. And the more you connect to him, you can feel him more in your heart, and he will speak through. And it's been evident to all of us that he speaks through, and he comes through any sangats, any of his children, to convey his message. And it's so beautiful that he always makes it that there is no ifs and buts. Like he wants us to have no ifs and buts. Oh Guruji, this is what's happening in the world, but but people are getting sick, but it's like growing, look at this world map, it's all red all around, but there's like so many ifs and buts. He says no ifs and buts, and also he gives us no ifs and buts. Like when he wants something done, he doesn't leave any ifs and buts with us. So if he's doing his part, all we gotta do is do our part of connecting to him, following his hukum. I'm not saying that satsangs shouldn't be cancelled. All I'm saying is that do what Guruji tells you to do, because maybe it's Guruji's hukum. I'm not saying, again, I don't know anything. All I know is that Guruji himself had said that do satsangs based on, when SARS happened and this auntie went to Guruji, and Guruji had called her, and she went to Baramandir, and in her mind was that, oh my God, I haven't washed my hands, and Guruji of course knew that. She didn't even have to speak it, and he became aware of that, and she then spoke and said, Guruji, I haven't washed my hands, and with all these things that's happening in the world. And Guruji said, Guruji had a satsang at that moment. He could have cancelled it, but he didn't. So I do believe that Guruji has taught us a lot of lessons and made those situations happen for today's world, sort of, to teach us that, you know, and as he said to that auntie in that satsang was, "Auntie, am I bigger or SARS?" So you have to ask yourself, is Guruji bigger or this disease that's happening? And don't give so much energy to it. Don't share all this news about it. Share more about Guruji, connect more to Guruji, and always ask yourself, is my Guru bigger? You know, or this thing that's happening. So of course Guruji is always bigger. Shukrana, meditate to Guruji as much as you can. 3 a.m. is the best time. I do really feel that, you know, I meditated to him last night and I feel a different energy today. I've already seen so many 777s today, and you know, we don't need any signs from Guruji. Just his name alone, knowing that, is enough. The more you connect, the more he shows his presence in your life. Shukrana to Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji, for letting me share what's yours with others, because none of this is ours. Share what is his with other people. Don't hold on to these blessings and satsangs. A lot of people, a lot of sangat don't want to get up and they feel like they're going to be judged. First and foremost, don't judge yourself. Guruji has said, don't judge anybody. It starts with you, and of course it's with everybody. Jai Guruji, blessings to all. Shukrana. This is the time to pray for others and serve humanity as much as we can, however that we can. May Guruji bless all with what is best. Shukrana. Jai Guruji.